Hi, thanks so much for coming back for our second class in the social media foundations. And today we're going to be focusing on the Instagram algorithm, specifically how it relates to estate agents and realtors. So the one thing that you need to always remember about Instagram and Facebook and Meta is that they know you so well. They know you better than you know yourself, probably. And it's a bit scary, of course, but it's just to know that these platforms are ultra intelligent. The one rule that you need to always remember is that Instagram wants to keep people on the platform as long as possible. And if you are able to make content that is going to help Instagram achieve that goal, it will push your content to more and more people. So always remember that as long as you're helping Instagram do that, then you're doing the right thing. Instagram will push content that holds attention, creates interaction, and feels relevant. So always make sure you relate back to that. The way that Instagram actually works is when you post something, it will first be shown to a small group of people and it will analyze how these people react. And if the engagement is good, it will then push it to a wider audience. But if the engagement is low and the signals are weak, then the distribution will stop and it will not be shown to more people. So that's why it's super important to make sure that your content is going to get engagement from the first few people that see it. And contrary to what you might think, likes are actually not what is a strong signal for Instagram, right? So actually watch time is one of the most important signals. And you can actually see the watch time of most of your competitors' reels. So if you go, for example, I went on Sirhan's and you can see all the watch time is here. And it's a great way to kind of spy on your competition and see how other content is performing, and you can inspire yourself from that. If you see that there's a video that's performing quite well, you can recreate it in your own way. Then you can see the shares and the saves, comments and things like that. Likes are all here as well. So you can also measure, have a look at different types of content from your competitors, which ones have the most saves and which ones have the most watch time. And you want to try and go for, definitely shares, saves, and watch time are up there in terms of the most important. We're going to discuss comments in a bit, but at the end of the day, you want people to go on your page, profile visits, and follow you. And so these are the signals that Instagram prioritize, and likes are at the bottom of that list. What's the difference between Reels, posts, stories? Reels are videos that are shared and meant to be for non-followers, and this is where the watch time is critical, and you want people to, as many people as possible, to see your video. Then posts and stories are more kind of content that you would use to engage with saves and shares. So you can create content that's a bit more educational on that sense. You could create, landlord lists, seller lists, and things like that people can send to each other and save it for later. And stories, that's shared on your profile and it's mainly showed to followers. So it's to warm up your followers and gain their trust. In terms of audience matching, Instagram really wants to find your ideal audience. They want to find that perfect audience to show your content. And it will do that. The more clear that your content is, the easier it is for Instagram to achieve this goal. So it really does want to help you, but it can only help you as much as you help yourself. And consistency will always be virality. Everyone wants to go viral our days, but actually that is not the solution to all of your problems. Viral means that it's content that will be easily connect a lot of different people. And that doesn't mean that it will be your ideal audience. We want your ideal audience to see your content. And so by being consistent, reliable, always being relevant, and repeating similar kinds of content, you are more likely to find your ideal audience in that way. And in class number 4, we're actually going to talk about how to find out who your ideal audience is. And in terms of, I know that everyone asks me this, like, how much should I post? And as I said, it's about consistency. We do recommend posting 2 to 4 times a week, every other day. But if that is not realistic for you and it's not something that you can keep up with, then we recommend going with whatever you can keep up with. So maybe start with 1 post a week. then build it up 2 posts, and then 3. To really grow an account, as a minimum, we say 3 posts a week. So try to get to that target, and then you can ramp it up. When you're creating content, hooks is like the most important thing. The first 3 seconds is when people drop off. And you have so much content now that you're competing with on social media. Anyone can be a content creator, anyone can put content out there, and you're competing with everyone for the attention of your ideal audience, right? And so you need to make that hook really, really good. And a good hook will increase your watch time. It will make sure that people watch till the end, and it will increase your reach as well. So we need to really make sure that that hook is going to be amazing. And we have another course about how to create hooks. And I said I would come back to comments. So commenting and engaging in other people's content is also important. Of course, you want people to engage with your content, but you need to also give back. When you're commenting on someone's post, they get a notification. So that's a great way for you to get in front of someone that you might want to get in touch with. But another thing that's great is that the people who are following that person are going to see your comments. Comments can be pinned now. So if you make a really good comment, it will get pinned and more people will see it. So a great place to comment is on competitors, but also on people who have a similar ideal audience to you, but are not a competitor. For example, mortgage brokers or solicitors or electricians, if they have a big following of homeowners, that is the place that you want to be commenting. So what you want to be avoiding. We mentioned inconsistent posting. So if you post 5 times this week and then you don't post it all for 2 weeks, that is not going to help grow your account. Just schedule your posts, and like that, it's more consistent. Only posting listings, people get really bored of listings and it feels very salesy. So I would really avoid anything that's salesy on Instagram. In general, people can smell a sale from a mile away. And artificial engagements, definitely, we don't want to be involving bots. That will literally kill your account. So stay far away from bots. And not having a clear audience. So we will clarify your audience in class number 4. So what should you focus on? So really do not chase followers. You want to just focus on providing as much value as possible, making sure that your niche is very clear to your audience, and being consistent and always giving value. That is like the one thing that you can do day to day and really focus on that. So thanks so much for this. There's so much more that I could say about the algorithm, but we'll keep it to the basics for now. And next class, we'll be talking about how LinkedIn can work for estate agents. Looking forward to seeing you there.